Greetings to all. Welcome to VMware Administration Training Sessions. Srinivas here. So today is the first demo session. To start with the demo session, I would like to introduce about the course, general rules, general information, and answer your questions. And then we are going to start with the installation of ESXi host on a Dell PowerEdge server. And I'm going to showcase what we are going to cover in this particular training course, like what are the lab access we are going to provide, how the lab access is going to provide, how this recording sessions will be available for future reference. All those things I'm going to explain in this particular session, and you can share this information with your friends. So this demo sessions, initial 2 sessions are free to attend, and at the same time, the YouTube recorded session will be presented by admin team to the WhatsApp group community so that you can share that YouTube reference link to your friends so that they can understand how this training module is designed and how we are able to enhance the technical skills in area of virtualization. Let's start. Thanks for all of you to join this demo session. Let's continue. So VMware administration is designed started today, that is 15th July. Every day it is going to have 1 hour session that is going to start at 6 a.m. IST and it is going to end by 7 a.m. 1 hour on weekdays, Monday to Friday. So it's going to design in such a way that 4 weeks, that means 20 sessions are designed, but most of the time, as per your understanding or how the course is going to continue. Based on your understanding, it may extend 1 or 2 more weeks based on the course, the phase, how it goes, how you are able to understand this complete module. There is no hard and fast rule that I have to complete this course in 4 weeks. Okay, it is all depends upon how you understand. Yeah. General information about this course. The first 3 sessions, you don't need to pay anything and you can register yourself and join this demo session. Understand how the session is going to proceed. This name it as a demo session, but we are going to start the session, the live sessions from today onwards. We are going to understand what are the topics to be covered in this particular module, explain, and then start first day in this demo session. It is going to be a day 1 of this entire session. The first 3 days of the sessions are available as a demo so that everyone can understand what is necessary to attend these sessions and how to enroll and all those things. Yeah. So first 3 sessions will be free to attend. 4th session onwards, admin team is going to share a separate Zoom link whoever completes the payment. Okay. And the first 2 sessions, recordings. Every session is going to record. This live session will be recorded. Once the recording is done, that session will be uploaded to a LMS Graphy portal. That LMS Graphy portal link will be available for all registered participants. Registered participants in the sense, whoever completes the payment, they can access that recording sessions for lifetime. N number of times they can access and then they play the video. First 2 sessions, the same recorded session will be uploaded to YouTube for to share with your friends, to present your information to your friends and colleagues so that they can understand without joining to the demo session. They can review that YouTube link, how the training session is going on, and they can join the sessions. Yeah. So from day 3, All recordings will be uploaded to LMS Graphy portal and it will be shared that access with the only registered participants. Again, who are the registered participants? Whoever completes the payment, they are registered participants. Okay, just make sure you are connecting to www.logiclabstech.com, wherein you can find complete information about batch information. You just log into the www.logiclabstech.com and you will find upcoming batches information. You just click on this upcoming batch information, wherein you will find relevant information about this batch. See here, there are emerging technologies are provided, online trainings are provided by Logic Labs Technologies, AWS, Azure, Linux administration, VMware administration, all emerging technologies. You can find as soon as you log in www.logiclabstech.com, you can find what are the batches are going on currently. So out of this, the current batch, that is VMware Administrator batch number 33. This is a batch number. You can get the complete details when it is starting, who is the trainer, and what is the time window, what is the duration, Monday to Friday. And you will find links to join WhatsApp community. Just you need to click on this WhatsApp community. I'm going to provide WhatsApp community link. This is the WhatsApp community link wherein you can just join this WhatsApp community link. It is very much important to be part of WhatsApp community wherein you are going to get a regular updates about class recordings as well as if any session is going to cancel due to technical issue, there will be an update in that WhatsApp community. So please, if you are not part of WhatsApp community for this particular batch, batch number 333, okay, you might be part of other batch, other WhatsApp groups. It is very important that to be part of this particular batch relevant WhatsApp group. Okay, so you are going to get a complete information, WhatsApp community, Zoom link. This Zoom link is for initial 2 sessions. This Zoom link, if you click on this Zoom link, it is going to ask your email ID to register to join this Zoom link. You might already registered. That's the reason you are there in this session. Today and tomorrow, you can join with this particular Zoom link. If not at all, who are not joined this particular session, who are going to watch this video through YouTube link. Next one, the payment link. Once you are happy with this course, the course content, the way of the course is going on, and if you find this course is relevant to enhance your virtualization skills, please click on this payment link. And even in WhatsApp community, you will get this details. As soon as you click on payment link, it is going to provide a complete information. While making the payment, you need to make sure what is the batch you are going to make the payment. Batch number 333 and who is the trainer, what is the duration, and click on buy course. Before clicking on buy course, whatever the debit card and whatever the cards you are using, those cards should be enable international transactions so that you can successfully complete the transaction. Okay, if you find any difficulty to complete the payment, you can reach our admin team at provided contact numbers. These are the contact numbers of admin team. You can reach on mail ID support@logiclabstech.com or else you can reach on these two mobile numbers. These two mobile numbers are available on WhatsApp so that you can send a message, you can give a call so that they are able to assist you to complete the payment. Okay. So once batches payment is done, there is no option of batch shifting. There is no option to amount refund. So that's the reason While making a payment, please make sure you are paying the payment for right batch and you are continuing that same batch. Yeah. For all the session updates, it's very important to be part of WhatsApp community. The same WhatsApp community link already provided in the chat window. Please be part of WhatsApp community link to get a regular updates. So all the sessions, whatever the session we are conducting right now, by name it is a demo session, but it is a live session for part of continuation of this batch sessions. So all the session from the day one, everything recording session as well as whatever the note file, for example, this PPT and any document reference or any notes, everything will be uploaded to this LMS Graphy portal, wherein you can access that recordings and notes and PDF files, everything you are in a position to access for lifetime. There is no limitation how many times I need to access. Okay. So Logic Lab support team is available Monday to Saturday between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. So you can contact any point of time. So they are able to assist you for any kind of queries. This is all about general information about this batch. So please, out of all this, payment and be part of WhatsApp community. Please make sure you are part of WhatsApp community to get a regular updates. And once you are happy with this training, please complete the payment to continue uninterrupted sessions. We are available on social media. You can register for YouTube, Facebook, you can follow, Telegram group, you can follow. All these, I'm going. All this information I'm going to provide on this. You can click on the respective link. This information is available on Logic Labs site. So you just select that and be part of follow up on the respective social media. Okay, let's start with today's session. That is VMware Administrator. What is VMware Administrator? We are going to talk about VMware vSphere Data Center Virtualization, DCV. Now this VMware recently acquisition completed by Broadcom. Soon or later, it's already started. The VMware is going to replace as a Broadcom. VMware by Broadcom. Whatever the name it is going to come, it is going to represent as a VMware Broadcom. Broadcom is a networking giant and recently acquisition completed. Going forward, VMware is under Broadcom umbrella. So, as part of this course, we are going to understand how to install virtualization. What is the necessity of the virtualization? And we are going to talk about 6.x and 7.x and 8.0. Why we need to start with 6.x? 6.x is currently end of life. Whatever the environments are currently running, they need to upgrade to the latest version. There are a lot of projects are going on for different organizations wherein whatever the end of life product is there, they have to upgrade to the latest version, that is either 7.0 or 8.0. So to perform the upgrade, we have to understand the 6.x. So we are going to start with 6.5, the version, wherein we are going to install the 6.5 ESXi, 6.5 vCenter server, and then once you understand the concepts of this both, then we'll proceed with upgradation 6.7. Then again, we are going to proceed with upgradation from 6.7 to 7.x and 8.x. So you are in a position to understand how to perform upgrade, how to manage the environment, what is the day-to-day operations in the virtualization, everything we are going to cover in this particular module. So who is going to get help from this particular module? This module is designed in such a way that to perform level 1 to level 3. It may be level 1 activities, level 2 activities, level 3 activities able to perform with this training module. So we are going to cover and we are going to provide lab access as part of this training module. Why, whatever the course fee it is designed, it is a nominal course fee. Why it is a nominal course fee? We are going to provide two physical servers, Dell PowerEdge physical servers, lab access. You are going to do lab access on physical servers. It is not any scripted based server. Scripted based, no. Everything you are going to understand and you are going to perform installation from the scratch and deploy the environment complete end to end. You are going to get a hands-on practice. So we are going to provide a lab access by providing two physical Dell PowerEdge servers. Dell PowerEdge servers, if you want to get a rent for physical server, for each physical Dell with a minimum configuration also, you are not going to get per month not less than 10,000 for renting, getting the rent for the server. Now you are going to understand the virtualization technology and this training module, everything, that two physical servers, along with the training modules, along with the recorded sessions, all those things are clubbed together and we are providing at a nominal cost of 11,800. You can understand, you can check wherever you are inquired about how the lab is access is going to provide, you can inquire and compare with that so that you can understand Logic Labs is providing online training, recorded sessions, and the lab access and a physical service, everything combined together and providing at nominal cost of 11,800. Yeah. So today's agenda, we are going to introduce about trainer, course content, training procedure, and I'm going to showcase how to perform ESXi installation by connecting to lab and how we are going to connect lab and how we are going to provide a lab access to participants. The lab access is going to provide to the participant whoever making the complete the payment. This lab access will be available 30 to 45 days will be available. Based on your practice, you can coordinate with the admin team to extend the lab access according to your request. Admin team is in a position to respond to your query. Yeah, let me introduce myself. I'm Leela Srinivas, having 22 years of IT industry experience. I performed different roles, started my career as starting with customer support executive and later moved to consultant, senior consultant and technical manager, like different roles I played. Having a 15 years of extensive experience on VMware technology, started in 2007, 2007. Started my career on VMware with a version of 3.5. So currently 8.0 version. So having nearly 15 years of experience in VMware technology and 3 years of experience in AWS and Azure cloud technologies. I'm also providing training sessions on two technologies. One is VMware virtualization, another one is AWS. AWS Solution Architect Associate also. I am providing training session through Logic Labs technologies. And having a 6 years of experience in the training field, online training, in-house training. So we are going to design in such a way that how to explain the concept to each layer of the technical understanding. Whatever the level of technical understanding you might be, I am in a position to come to your level and explain the concepts and make sure that you are able to practice on your own without depending on anyone. That is the intention of this course is designed. Okay. I am a certified professional in VMware, VCP, Azure Solution Architect, and AWS Solution Architect. This is all about myself. Okay. If you want to talk about yourself, you can discuss, you can provide what is your expectation so that I am in a position to answer your query. You can unmute and you can, if you are not able to unmute yourself, you can raise a hand so that I am in a position to unmute. Who are joined, every participant already provided access to unmute for themselves. So you can unmute and you can, what is your expectation? If you have any questions, you can ask or you can send a message in chat message. There is a message in the chat window. Is the lab session for practice during this course? Yes, this we are going to provide lab access. I am going to showcase how we are going to provide lab access and how we are going to connect lab and how we are going to perform installation. You are going to perform. I am going to showcase in a live session how to perform from the scratch, and you are going to do the same practice by connecting to the same server. Okay, that is a lab access. You can interrupt me at any point of time and discuss about your expectation. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, so let's proceed. What are the course details? The course details, we are going to talk about why virtualization, what are the different virtualization vendors. While explaining, while working on deployment, while working on some kind of installation configuration, I'm going to touch base the basics of hardware. The basic, without understanding what is a hardware, installing and virtualization is meaningless because virtualization is works on a physical layer. So we have to understand what is a physical. Whenever it required, I'm going to come back to that basics and explain and then proceed with installation or configuration. Hands-on practice on Dell PowerEdge servers. I'm going to showcase what are the Dell PowerEdge servers we are going to connect in a moment and how to access the lab. I'm going to connect the lab and showcase how we are going to able to connect the lab. The same access we are going to provide to each participant. They can access the lab from anywhere, any place and perform the lab access. Live installation, configuration, and troubleshooting on this version 6.5, 6.7, 7.4, and even 8.4. And we are going to talk about what is a virtual machine, what is a VMFS, what is the switches we are going to create, what is the cluster features, HA and DRS, fault tolerance, all those distributed switch, all those things we are going to cover during that configuration process. Once we complete entire scenario 6.5, we are going to start 6.5 installation, 6.5 vCenter server installation, and configuring switches, even distributed switches, cluster features, everything we are going to configure, and we are going to perform patch installation, how to perform the maintenance activity on ESXi host, how to perform maintenance activity on vCenter server. Those I am going to showcase and you are going to perform on your own, on your ESXi host, on your vCenter server. Everyone is going to create installation of ESXi host, installation of vCenter server. Everyone is going to do practice from the scratch. There is no script, there is no automated. Okay, you are going to install from the scratch by understanding the basics and you are going to configure each and everything. Then you are going to connect to that environment and do all the practice. No automation during initial stage. Later, you can understand whenever is required automation. Yeah. So everything hands-on practice. Once understanding the concept of 6.5, then we are going to upgrade 6.5 to 6.7. What are the things we need to consider to upgrade from 6.5 to 6.7, 6.7 to 7.0, 7.0 to 8.0? And we are going to understand what is a physical to virtualization migration, virtualization to virtualization migration by using VMware vCenter standalone converter. What is the update manager? What is the lifecycle manager? Command line command troubleshooting. What are the commands day-to-day operation we are going to come across to perform the command line operations? These are all the course details. If you want to add any topic to be added, whichever is you are working in a live environment, we can add during the course time. The training procedure, all our live sessions. Each sessions will be recorded and uploaded to LMS Graphy for future reference. You can play n number of times and it is available for lifetime. Once you complete the payment, whatever the record sessions available, those are available for lifetime. And lab access, whatever the lab access you are going to get, that is only limited for 30 to 45 days only. From the time I am going to provide lab access, from the time you are going to provide access only 30 to 45 days. But whatever the recorded session, notes and all those things available for lifetime. Whenever you find time, you can refer to that notes and recordings. So customized training also available for it one-to-one training sessions. You can reach out admin team for customized one-to-one training sessions. That is also possible. You please coordinate with admin team if at all anyone looking for one-to-one. Yeah. So let's proceed with our session today. Practice live sessions. How we are going to connect? We are going to use RDP, remote desktop session. On every system you are going to have a remote desktop, and I am going to provide these details to which server you need to connect. As soon as you click on connect, this is public IP. That's the reason you can connect once you have an internet access. You are from the internet access from any place, you are in a position to access this particular server through RDP remote desktop session. And we are going to share username and password details to each participant. They are going to use their credentials to connect this particular remote desktop session. I'm going to log in with the respective credentials. Once you are going to connect, this is you acting as a jump server. On this server, you will find all the tools to perform ESXi host installation, vCenter server installation, configuration, troubleshooting, upgradation, patch management, everything we are going to perform by connecting this particular jump server. Okay. This is replica of live environment. In live environment also, you are going to do the same activity. You are going to connect one of the server. From there, you are going to perform activities from the scratch. Okay. So here we have two physical servers. One is Dell R820 and another one is Dell R630. You are in a position to access both the systems, and I'm going to provide credentials for this particular remote management card. What is a remote management card? It is just like a network card wherein the system, currently this physical server sitting in my Hyderabad data center, in Logic Labs Hyderabad data center, these two physical servers are configured. I'm sitting at Bangalore I'm delivering the sessions by connecting to this particular remote desktop. All these set configurations are available in Hyderabad data center. So I'm connecting to this environment sitting at my home by using internet connection. So this lab is accessible from anywhere, any place. Only you need remote desktop connection and you need to have an internet connection. That's it. So I'm going to provide credentials to log in. Generally, I'm going to give the credential, the same username, same password to log into the remote desktop session and to connect this particular physical remote management card. For Dell servers, the remote management card, we are going to call it as a ID rack. If it is HP hardware, the same remote management card, we are going to call it as a ILO, Integrated Lights Out Management. Okay. So I'm going to enter the credentials. I'm going to enter second credentials also. We are connecting to this particular remote management card in the same manner. With this remote card management, we are able to connect the whatever the server sitting at remotely. I am in a position to access this particular server from anywhere. This is a access we are providing to each and every participant wherein they can power off and the power on from sitting at home. They can do power off and power on and they can connect to the BIOS. I'm going to launch the screen. This is a server wherein we are going to perform all hardware components. What is the system configuration of this physical server? Clicking on the system inventory, wherein you will find complete inventory of this particular system hardware. Okay, this is a Dell PowerEdge rack server. What is a rack server? What is a tower server? What is a blade server? What kind of physical servers in current generation, current infrastructure are in use in every enterprise? So that I'm going to explain what is a tower, how it looks like, what is a motherboard, what is a processor, what is a memory configuration, every enterprise, what are the configurations they are in a position to use. All those things we are going to see. See, this particular system is having a 4 CPUs. So CPU1, CPU2, CPU4, and what is the memory configuration. For all this information, you are able to understand total configuration of this particular system. Yeah. So I'm going to go back and launch the console. Now I need to perform the installation from the scratch. How to perform the installation from the scratch? What are the things we need to consider? So I'm going to, as soon as I connect to remote management card, I am able to power off, power on, connecting to console. I'm going to launch the console, click on the launch console. This is a virtual console wherein I am in a position to perform the activity from the scratch. What are the information I need to configure? What is the OS I need to install? Everything I can perform by connecting to this remote management card. This is a remote management card ID rack. What is ID rack? It is Dell hardware. For Dell hardware, there will be a remote management card. That remote management card is nothing but ID rack. Now, what I need to do? I need to install the ESXi host operating system. How can we perform? Okay, so I need to enter into the BIOS screen. I'm going to enter into the BIOS screen. How to reboot this particular system? We have all the controls on this particular system. You can click on this and see here power on and power off or power cycle. I am going to do power cycle to get into BIOS screen wherein I can see different configuration, ID rack configuration, RAID controller configuration, and what are the things we need to perform to start with installation from the scratch. So to start with installation, I have to connect this particular system from the BIOS screen onwards. What are the activities I need to perform at the BIOS screen? I'm going to click on this. Yes, I'm going to recycle to enter into the BIOS screen. I'm going to click on OK. And you can see that the server is getting reboot. See the console, virtual console, which we connected, it is getting reboot and we are in a position to follow on-screen instructions to perform the activity. See, configuring memory. It is the screen, this particular black screen. We are going to call it as a post screen, post, P-O-S-T, power on self-test. On the screen we are able to, the system is going to self recognize what are the components are connected, how much CPU connected, how much memory connected, what are the disks connected, what are the networks connected, everything. During this post session it is going to recognize each and every component presented in this particular hardware. Okay, once it is detected, we are in a position to get an option wherein we have to choose to enter into the BIOS. What is a BIOS? It is a program basic input output system wherein we have to configure how to start the system. What are the important configuration we need to consider to perform virtualization OS installation? Okay. Until this, any questions, please? If you are not able to unmute, you can raise the hand. Everyone able to unmute and you can speak up if you have any questions. Or else you can use the chat window if you want to type any question. Okay, let's see that. See, now I would like to enter into BIOS. So I'm pressing F11. As soon as press F11, see the F11 entering into the BIOS screen. It is detecting all the components. What is the memory configuration? How many processors are there? What is the total memory capacity? All those things it is going to detect. And once it is loads completes, what is the RAID controller? See here, what is the RAID controller? We are going to do RAID controller also do before installation of ESXi host. We have to configure RAID controller and then proceed with installation. Just I'm going to start today just ESXi host, booting, mounting of the ESXi host. Tomorrow we are going to go to the each and every information of BIOS screen and how to configure RAID controller. And then again, I'm going to start with ESXi host installation. Okay, the same configuration. We have to perform BIOS screen. What are the perform information we need to identify in the BIOS screen? And after BIOS configuration, we are going to configure RAID. Okay, the RAID configuration we have to perform disk configuration for the OS installation. Once the RAID configuration is done, then we are going to mount ISO image of ESXi host. We have complete information on the same jump server. On this particular system, you will find there is a drive letter, data drive letter. Under data drive letter, you can find software dump. Under software dump, you are able to find out already downloaded all the components required to perform your lab practice. You can see here ESXi 6.ISO image to mount and to start with installation. You find 6.7, 7.0, 8.0, and you have vCenter server 6.5 dump, 6.7 dump, 7.0 dump, 8.0 dump, all those things. Even once VM is created, you are in a position to create a virtual machine. On that virtual machine, as per your interest, you can proceed with Windows Server 2022 installation, 2016 installation, all those things. So the lab is completely available for your practice, and you can use this lab anywhere. You can deploy ESXi host, you can deploy Windows servers, we can deploy Linux servers, whatever the way in a real-time environment, everything you try to do it on this lab access. See the BIOS screen is came up. So what are the important things we need to consider in this particular BIOS screen? Currently it is booted to, let me see that, it is moved to boot manager. F11, F12 options will be there. So I'm going to select boot manager to boot from ISO image. So to boot from ISO image, what I need to do, I have to mount ISO image. See here on the top of this particular remote management virtual console screen, you will find connect virtual media. Connect virtual media. You have to click on that connect virtual media to mount ISO image. We need to enable this connect virtual media. Once connect virtual media, you are going to get an option of virtual media connection screen wherein we have to mount the ISO image. See here, map CD DVD. This selecting a choose file, and you have to have connect to this data E drive and a software dump. You will find ESXi 6.5. There are ISO images available. What is this Dell image? What is this image I'm going to discuss about in upcoming session? So I'm selecting this Dell customized ISO image. As I'm practicing, I am doing installation on Dell hardware. Okay, there are customized ISO images are available from the portal. So we can download it, we can download and perform that action. If you are managing HP servers, if you are managing Cisco servers, you have to download respect to hardware customized ISO image to proceed with installation. As we are practicing on Dell PowerEdge servers, we already downloaded customized image for Dell hardware. Selecting the Dell hardware and see here, once file is selected, ISO image file is selected, I have to click on the ISO image is selected file and I have to click on map device. So I'm going to click on the map device. Once this map device is selected, you can see that the virtual media is connected. Virtual media is connected. One device is mapped. So these two things are available. Then you can go to the boot manager to start with ESXi host installation. Okay. Let me close this virtual media session as it is mounting done. Now I am going to go to this boot manager. What is a boot BIOS boot menu? You can select BIOS boot menu, UFI boot menu. There are two types of programs. You can choose anything to proceed with boot. From where to boot? From where to boot this particular system? The boot order will be there. Here, as it is restarted without virtual media connection, that is the reason I'm not getting option of boot manager from the virtual media. So whenever we are going to reboot I'm going to reboot this system again from connecting to this ID rack home page, and I'm going to recycle. What is a recycle I was done as just now? Without connecting virtual media, without enabling virtual media, I did a restart, due to which in boot manager, it is not detecting the virtual CD-ROM. So I'm going to power cycle. Yes, the power cycle is happened, and make sure your virtual media, the system is getting restart, and make sure your virtual media session is there to start with installation. Okay, as it is already boot manager, it's already configured. I'm going to go with directly boot option to start from the virtual media. There is a once post screen is done, I'm going to get an option boot manager, BIOS screen option, boot manager option, all those entries I can choose. Just now I am going to select boot manager directly loading from operating system. Tomorrow I am going to showcase BIOS configuration, RAID configuration, and then we have to start ESXi host installation. Just I am going to start and stop this session today. Just I am going to showcase how to start. But to start with, I need to fulfill certain pre-requirements. What are those pre-requirements? That BIOS configuration, RAID configuration, we have to configure, then only we can start ESXi virtualization installation. Okay. So this is a live session only, and for you users, participants to understand, we are making this live session as a demo session. Okay, but from session day 1 onwards, it is kind of live only. It is not any discussion kind of thing. Okay, so let's see that. Make sure this virtualization is everything is imaginary. To understand imagination, we have to understand physical configuration. See here, I'm selecting F11 to boot manager, BIOS boot manager. For system setup, I need to press F2 for system setup. Okay, I selected F11 to start with the boot manager. As soon as I select boot manager, see here it is make sure your virtual media is connected. Once this post screen is completed, then it is gives an option, boot manager option, wherein I am in a position to select boot option from CD. Whatever the virtual CD we mounted, I am able to boot from that virtual media. At any point of time, you can ask the question, try to be interactive throughout this session, because we have to understand the physical infrastructure, and then we are going to deploy virtualization. What is the virtualization? What is imaginary things are going to come into picture? The system, the laptop is a physical feeling. The same laptop, same desktop system I can deploy on virtualization. Without understanding what is a desktop system, I am not in a position to visualize how the desktop. A virtualization is nothing but a software component, a programmable code to emulate a system in a virtual world. Imagination. The same laptop, you can feel that as I am working on some system. Okay. Now, however, we are working connecting to remotely, a physical server is there in a data center. I am able to connect the data center. I am able to connect the physical system which is there in data center. The same physical system will be converted as a number of virtual systems. On those virtual system, are you going to install desktop operating system? Are you going to install server operating system? What is the configuration is required to install a certain operating system? That is a designing we are going to do with the help of virtualization. Okay, that virtualization is going to provide a feature that is ESXi. ESXi is an operating virtualization operating system from the VMware. That ESXi host installation we are doing now and starting ESXi host installation. I'm going to go to select BIOS boot menu, and as soon as it's connected, it is going to give me an option to boot from. See here, earlier, as I had started the system without connecting virtual media, I got only normal and integrated NIC. After connecting this virtual media, I rebooted the system. Now I'm getting an option of virtual CD. So from where to boot the system? I have to select virtual CD to boot from that particular mounted image. So I'm going to select. You are going to do this entire practice. I'm going to showcase how to select, how to do and all those things in live session, and the record session is available. Once this record session, you can play and perform the same steps in your practice. I'm selecting virtual CD. So see here, it started with Dell EMC ESXi 6.5 version. It is starting with Dell ESXi install. This is a customized ESXi installation for Dell hardware. Why? I selected the image for Dell hardware. I am working on Dell hardware. That's the reason I selected this Dell customized image. I am selecting enter to start with ESXi host installation. So before starting up this ESXi host installation, we have to configure certain important configuration on the BIOS screen. After the BIOS screen, we need to configure RAID controller. What is a RAID controller? What is the importance of RAID controller? We are going to understand in tomorrow's session and then proceed with ESXi host installation. Without BIOS initial configuration, without RAID configuration, we should not perform ESXi host installation. Okay, why it is important? We are going to understand in tomorrow's session. Okay, so any questions until this? Any, what are the doubts you might have, you can post so that you can clarify your and then continue the sessions. So this is all the topics today. So we are going to continue tomorrow session, second day of demo. It is a demo session to join freely, but it is a actual live sessions of day 2. Okay. So we are going to do practice once initial 3 or 4 sessions are done by weekend. Whoever are going to join, they are going to get a lab access details to practice on weekend onwards. Okay. If no questions, I haven't received any question, no chat message. Thank you all for participating this demo session. See you tomorrow to continue on rest of the ESXi host installation. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.